This is Japan. The capital is Tokyo. People love sushi, and trains go super fast. Zoom! This is Egypt. The capital is Cairo. They have huge pyramids and mummies from thousands years ago. This is South Korea. The capital is Seoul. Kids love K-pop, and they have super cool robots and games. This is China. The capital is Beijing. People love noodles 9. And this is the home of the Great Wall. This is France. The capital is Paris. People love baguettes 9. And this is the home of the Eiffel Tower. This is India. The capital is New Delhi. People love spicy food, and they celebrate. This is the USA. The capital is Washington, D.C. People love burgers, and they have the...
This is South Africa. The capital is Pretoria. Amazing animals live here.
This is Thailand. The capital is Bangkok. Elephants are loved here, and the food is super tasty. This is Saudi Arabia. The capital is Riyadh. There are big deserts. And this is Germany. The capital is Berlin. They make super fast cars, and kids love yummy sausages. This is Russia. The capital is Moscow. It gets super snowy, and their buildings look like fairy.
This is Spain. The capital is Madrid. People love flamenco dancing, and they cheer loud for football.
This is Mexico. The capital is Mexico City. People love tacos bread, and they have amazing fiestas with music.
This is Italy. The capital is Rome. People love pizza and pasta, and their tower even leans. This is Turkey. The capital is Ankara. People love Turkish delight, and their cities look.
This is Argentina. The capital is Buenos Aires. They love football, and they dance the tango.
This is Australia. The capital is Canberra. Kangaroos live here, and people love surfing in the ocean.
This is the UK. The capital is London. People love tea. And they have a queen. How cool is that? This is Iraq. The capital's Baghdad. It's one of the oldest civilizations, and palm trees grow everywhere.
This is Iran. The capital is Tehran. It has ancient history, and the carpets are like magic art.
This is Myanmar. The capital is Naypyidaw. Golden temples shine everywhere.
This is Nepal. The capital is Kathmandu. It's home to Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the world.
This is Belgium. The capital is Brussels. The chocolate is amazing, and comic books are super fun.
This is Colombia. The capital is Bogota. People love music, and the whole...
This is Peru. The capital is Lima. Llamas live here, and Machu Picchu is a mystery in the sky.
This is Colombia. The capital is Bogota. People love music, and the whole...
This is Austria. The capital is Vienna. Music is everywhere, and...
This is Kenya. The capital is Nairobi. Lions live here, and safari adventures are super fun.
This is Taiwan. The capital is Taipei. People love bubble tea, and lanterns light up the whole... This is Vietnam. The capital is Hanoi. People wear cool hats, and the rivers look like paintings.
This is Ireland. The capital is Dublin. It's super green, and people love stories of...
This is Chile. The capital is Santiago. It's super long, and you can see mountains, deserts. This is Greece. The capital is Athens. People love olives, and this is the land of ancient gods. This is Portugal. The capital is Lisbon. People love football, and the ocean is everywhere. This is Singapore. The capital is Singapore. It's super clean ride, and the buildings look like the future. This is the UAE. The capital is Abu Dhabi. They have the tallest building. And this is Sweden. The capital is Stockholm. It's super calm here, Nick, and kids love yummy cinnamon buns. This is Switzerland. The capital is Bern. Snow mountains are everywhere, and the chocolate is super yummy. This is Malaysia. The capital is Kuala Lumpur. It has tall towers and super cool rainforest. This is New Zealand. The capital is Wellington. There are more sheep than people. And this is the Netherlands. The capital is Amsterdam. There are beautiful tulips, and everyone loves. This is the Philippines. The capital is Manila. There are over 7,000 islands. This is Bangladesh. The capital is Dhaka. The land is full of rivers, and people love. This is Nigeria. The capital is Abuja. People love jollof rice. And this is Pakistan. The capital is Islamabad. People love kite flying. And this is Nigeria. The capital is Abuja. People love jollof rice. And this is Indonesia. The capital is Jakarta. It has thousands of islands and even real.
This is Brazil. The capital is Brasilia. People love football and they dance samba with.
This is Canada. The capital is Ottawa. People are super kind. And this is Lebanon. The capital is Beirut. There are big cedar trees. This is Lithuania. The capital is Vilnius. There are fairy forests Pi. And this is Estonia. The capital is Tallinn. It's full of forests and super smart digital technology. This is Lithuania. The capital is Vilnius. There are fairy forests Pi. And this is Uzbekistan. The capital is Tashkent. The blue buildings shine. And it's part of the city. This is Paraguay. The capital is Asunción. Rivers are everywhere. And the harp is. This is Maldives. The capital is Male. The water is so clear now, it looks like. This is Cyprus. The capital is Nicosia. The sea is super blue, and the island feels like a holiday every day. This is Bhutan. The capital is Thimphu. It's called the land of happiness, Kiibu, and the mountains feel.
This is Uruguay. The capital is Montevideo. The sun shines bright and everyone loves football here.
This is Slovenia. The capital is Ljubljana. There's a lake with an island moon, and it looks like a fairy tale. This is Belarus. The capital is Minsk. The forests are huge and This is Slovakia. The capital is Bratislava. There are fairy castles. And this is Laos. The capital is Vientiane. The river is quiet and temples shine. This is Laos. The capital is Vientiane. The river is quiet and temples shine. This is Croatia. The capital is Zagreb. The sea is super blue and the old towns look like storybooks. This is Mongolia. The capital is Ulaanbaatar. Horses run wild. And this is Czech Republic. The capital is Prague. The bridges and castles look just like fairy tales.
This is Serbia. The capital is Belgrade. People love music and old castles stand by the.
This is Andorra. The capital is Andorra la Vella. It's small and snowy blown and This is Bolivia. The capital is La Paz. The ground turns into a mirror and llamas live in. This is Venezuela. The capital is Caracas. The tallest waterfall is here and the jungle. This is Kazakhstan. The capital is Astana. Horses run free and the land is wide. This is Romania. The capital is Bucharest. It's full of castles and forests that feel like fairy tales. This is Ukraine. The capital is Kyiv. Golden fields and sunflowers. This is Luxembourg. The capital is Luxembourg City. It's small and calm. This is Iceland. The capital is Reykjavik. Fire and ice live together, and the sky glows at night. This is Cambodia. The capital is Phnom Penh. Angkor Wat is huge, and the jungle feels like a mystery world.
This is Jordan. The capital is Amman. Petra is carved in stone, and the desert looks like magic sand.
This is Ethiopia. The capital is Addis Ababa. It's full of history, and people wear.
This is Brunei. The capital is Bandar Seri Begawan. Golden domes sparkle, and the water. This is Sri Lanka. The capital is Sriwijayapura Kotte. There are elephants, tea gardens.
This is Qatar. The capital is Doha. The desert is golden, and the city looks super futuristic.
This is Cuba. The capital is Havana. Music is everywhere, and the cars look super cool and colorful. This is Hungary. The capital is Budapest. People relax in hot springs, and the bridge is. This is Hungary. The capital is Budapest. People relax in hot springs, and the bridge is. This is Denmark. The capital, Copenhagen. Fairy tales were born here. Oh, and kids play with Lego. This is Finland. The capital is Helsinki. It's super snowy cool, and Santa Claus lives here too. This is Poland. The capital's Warsaw. It has fairy tale castles on it, and winter feels like magic snow. This is Norway. The capital is Oslo. You can see northern lights pulling, and the fjords are super cool.